I've shown you guys how to save money. I've shown you guys how to spend less. I've even shown you guys what to do with the money you save. But let me flip it on you guys. How do you make more money? More of this. Well, it's an old £5 note, but yeah, you know what I mean. How do you make more money, guys? Hi there, people. You know who I am, Danny Solari. You're watching DS Learning Finance. I'm here to give you guys some tips, give you some pointers, let you know how it's done. People, let you know how it's done. And before you guys continue, please pause, smash the like button, and smash the subscribe button, and then unpause and continue. But yeah, keep watching. As you guys know, the answer for this is very, probably one more very simple. Just increase the amount of income coming into your bank account each and every month, and at the very least keep your expenditures for each and every month the same, and that's how you can make more money. Now I know you guys are probably saying, bruh, really? I mean, like, really, bruh? But before you guys slate me, just hold out, listen to what I'm trying to say, just hold out. The traditional method and draining method is to get not just one job, 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs and juggle them all at once. But bear in mind, this is very draining, mentally as well as physically, and also eats up a chunk of your time. So if you want, I don't know, to spend time with your friends, say bye bye to that, because that's not going to happen if you have so many jobs. But yeah, it's very time consuming. You can even have an 8:30 to 5 job Monday to Friday, and then end up working as a part-time waiter, probably picking up shifts from 11:30 in the morning to 12 o'clock in the night, and then end up being so tired that you're driving down the M1 pretty much half dead. And bear in mind, this Sunday morning / Saturday evening, but yeah, you're pretty much driving down the M1 half dead because you're that tired. Wonder what he's talking about. I'm just giving you one example. That's obviously not what I do. Yeah, obviously that's not what I do, because yeah, I don't do that. But in all seriousness, guys, though, like, having multiple jobs is extremely draining. You gotta do it if you're determined. You gotta do it if that's maybe the last route that you can take to actually increasing your income. Maybe you don't have the initial capital to invest at first. Maybe that's your sort of way to sort of start. Instead of moping around on a Saturday and putting your legs up high on a Sunday, then why not actually be productive, do something, make some money from your time and utilize it, basically. But what you also notice is that this method requires very little thinking in relation to actually getting your money to work for you, as opposed to how much doing physically, i.e. working. This is a really easy method to actually increase the amount of money that you make. And it could be really suitable for young people, for people who may not have the money initially to actually invest, so they want to actually build up their capital. This can be super sufficient for them. You could also sell some of your old items, you know, things that you don't use, clothes maybe that you don't use, toys if you're young that you don't use, things that are just completely sitting in that corner of your room collecting dust and you don't use it. Those sort of things, maybe you can sell them online. It kills 2 birds in 1 stone. 1, it makes you rich. Now nobody's complaining about that. And 2, it actually declutters your area. So if I sold a bunch of my clothes, you best believe my wardrobe's gonna be looking on point, proper folded and things. Now I'm going to talk about the more intelligent method, which actually requires you to think about how to get your money to work for you. And this method is ultimately the best method in the long run. Why? Because it gets your money to work for you as opposed to you working for your money. Think about that. Words of wisdom. Robert Kiyosakis quote wraps it up in a bundle. In order to gain wealth, it's simple. Buy more assets, and sell all of your liabilities. Now, your textbook definition of what asset and liability are is not the same definition as what the financial industry sees an asset and a liability as. According to the financial industry, an asset is something simple that brings you money. That's all an asset is. On the flip side, a liability is something that takes your money away from you, so it actually makes you poorer. So a car is not an asset. A car is a liability. Why? Even though, yes, you may just be paying one lump sum to pay for that car if you're rich enough. Hopefully I'll get there one day. But yeah, if you're rich enough, you might be able to just pay for the whole car. But are you really just spending that money on the car in general? No, you're not, because you're going to probably have to do repairs. The tire bust, you're going to have to do repairs with the engine, whatever. You're going to have to repair that up. You've got to spend money on petrol, topping it up. You've got to spend money cleaning it. So you can see that it's a constant need for that car to actually take your money away from you. And that's why a car is actually a liability. Even reeling it a bit closer, close to comfort, back to your house, to your own home. Houses are liabilities for 99.99999% of the people, that buy a house. They tend to buy it on a mortgage, and that automatically puts you in debt because you owe that mortgage company a certain amount of money. So that's technically a liability, because you're having to fork out a certain amount of money to pay to that mortgage company every month, and therefore money's leaving your bank account. However, it can be an asset. Why? Because at the end of that period, once you paid all that mortgage, or you decide to sell the house on and you're in a profit, you've actually got money in your pocket. That then becomes an asset, but it only becomes an asset once you're in the positive region, once you're in the profitable region, i.e. towards the end of the mortgage, i.e. towards the payment when you decide to sell on that house. Another way to actually make a house an asset, which is probably a better way, by owning multiple houses and renting them out. Now, when you rent them out, not only are you not having to fork up your own personal money, but you're getting your tenants to pay for your mortgage without you having to actually fork out your money. And not only that, you're actually getting your profit on top if you're doing it really well, obviously. But yeah, you're actually getting your profit on top, guys. And this is an asset because you're not having to fork out your money. It could be 100 houses fetch for so much nowadays. It could be 100,000, 200,000, 300, whatever it is. You're not having to fork out your money to pay that off. The tenants are forking out their money to pay that off. And you're just sitting and reeling in the profit. And that's why it's an asset, because it's bringing you money in that case. And you end up pocketing the profit. Which is what I'm doing. But yeah, anyway. You guys want to increase the amount that you own in assets and decrease the amount that you own in liability. My point is, you should use method number 1 to build your capital, and once you build your capital, drop method number 1 and enter method number 2, which is actually getting your money to work for you. I hope you guys like this video as well as my other videos. If you haven't checked those out, please check those out. And before you can do whatever you're going to do for the rest of the day, you know what to do. Like, subscribe and share. LSSDS Learning Finance. Whoa. Bye guys.